with the particular facet that identifies you. That's the clearest way I can explain it in words at the present time. But it conveys the idea that you can contemplate and be with and let develop in you. The word nirvana is used because the state of being awake is, first of all, an infinite experience of being. It's also an unconflicted experience of being, which means there is not one trace of fear. To experience infinitely without fear is what could be called an awesome experience. Bliss. To experience the substance of everything infinitely, with which you have an intimate connection, as love, is bliss. What are any of you doing not to get this and not to wake up? Well, there you go. This question has come up 3 times today. What are we doing wrong? Tell me what I'm doing wrong. What's the fly in the ointment? Well, the fly in the ointment is that you're looking for a fly in the ointment. The fly in the ointment is that you're not giving your unreserved, undivided attention to what is true, what is real. Where is God in the flower? I'm not seeing God there. I'm not having an experience of its substance being love. I am not feeling loved by it. I do not feel love coming from it toward me, even though you, Raj, have told me that that is what is happening. What is keeping me from experiencing it? Wrong question. Right question? You, looking at the flower and inviting it to communicate its meaning and what it is to you, and becoming as defenseless as you possibly can to that experience. You've got to give your attention to the answer, not the answer as to what is keeping you from this or that, but the answer as to what the experience of God right there feels like. You see? And I'm going to bring up one other thing. And that is that you have to begin to become more definite, not you, Sunrose, but everyone. You need to become more definite and determined in your choice as to what you are going to do with your mind. You must stop saying, I'm having a pleasant experience, and there's no call for me to go to all the work it's going to take to sit down and commune with the flower. Things are pleasant enough, and I'd rather watch TV, or I'd rather chat in the chat room, or I'd rather scratch my ear, you see. You need to become more intolerant of whatever limitation you're experiencing, because there is more right in front of you that you're not experiencing yet. But until you bring some determination to experience more, you won't experience more until circumstances cause you to say uncle. And then you will be willing to see more until things smooth out again, and then you'll say, oh, yeah, I had some incredible miracles. Enough miracles to talk about for 10 years while I sit back and watch a little more TV and chat a little more in the chat room, you see. You know, inventions are occurring every day. People are getting ideas every day. And all of you get ideas every day. And you expect there to be new discoveries. You expect there to be what's called progress. You expect it to drive a better car 10 years from now than you're driving today. You expect to have new gadgets that make things easier than the ones you have today. You know what? I'm saying have that same attitude regarding the fact that you're not experiencing the fullness of anything presently. And then become a little bit more determined than you are to have that forward looking and forward moving experience of it. The only reason there are inventions is because someone arrived at a point of being dissatisfied with the way things are. Said, what if we could do this? Or there must be a better way to open up a can, or whatever. If there is a fuller way of experiencing everything, and on top of that, if opening up to it and inviting it and having the experience of it brings each of you back into a level of sanity that you didn't know was there for you to experience, then by all means, get some guts and some determination and be attentive to the learning, the discovery. But again, until you're willing to not be satisfied with things as they are, you won't be primed for the miracle, for the sudden shift of perception. You won't be ripe for it. As long as you want to maintain the status quo, you will squelch any sudden shift of perception. we're not just talking about disciplining yourself to sit down at the piano to practice every day so you can improve your skill at playing the piano. We're talking about a conscious shift in your conscious experience of being that constitutes you regaining your sanity and coming into a fuller conscious experience of being than you're currently imagining is available to you. And this is called integration. And integration feels good because it's normal to you. It's your birthright to be experiencing it. You usually think of, quote, not being satisfied, unquote, as a form of being miserable. But to not be satisfied with the status quo does not have to involve frustration and misery in any form. It's the attitude more of an explorer. Well, we haven't been to the top of Mount Everest yet. Let's go. Well, we haven't set foot on Mars yet. Let's go. Well, we haven't developed a warp drive that will allow us to go great distances in the galaxy in less time. Let's go. That is, quote, not being satisfied, unquote, with the status quo. No misery to it whatsoever. Just an inner action of curiosity to experience more of truth than you're currently experiencing. The only difference is that instead of exploring your universe, we're exploring the God in you that you've been ignoring because you've been satisfied to say, I'm just a human being in the human experience. And it's not true. And you know what? I'll say this over and over and over again, as many times as it takes for the idea to click into place and to cause curiosity to arise. With these online gatherings, we will never be able to accommodate all of the questions. that are posted. But I know what the questions are, whether they've been asked or not. And I'm addressing them in the answers that I do give. It is time for this gathering to end. I want you to know that although this isn't Paul's experience, my experience with each of you who have joined on the internet is one from the inside of the diamond, in which I'm as present with you, more present with you, than if you were in the same room with Paul. I'm always with you. Today, I have enjoyed the fact that you're aware that I'm with you. And I look forward to being with you again. Thank you.